community of warmth, love, and support across all our differences. We are happy that you're here. If you are visiting with us this morning, we would love to meet you. Visitor cards may be found in the pocket on the back of the chair in front of you. Please feel welcome to fill one out and place it in the offering plate during service so we can connect with you. There's always a lot going on in the life of this congregation. Find the August Connect in the lobby. Look through the one-page weekly calendar in the back of your order of service. And always check your weekly happenings. I will now highlight a few upcoming events and things to consider. First of all, away home families will arrive here at UUCS in 3 weeks on Sunday, August 30th, and we need your help. There are many ways for you to be involved. You can check them out via our Sign Up Genius link in each week's happenings, or by reaching out to Colin Bauer, Amber Pennington, or Anne. We are also going to have our engagement fair. Go ahead and mark your calendars to join us on Sunday, September 13th, immediately following the service for our annual engagement fair and potluck. This is your chance to find ways to get involved. Our different committees will be set up in Wild Hall, allowing you the opportunity to walk around and learn about the different committees and groups. Come ready to ask questions, have conversations, and sign up to volunteer or join a group. Please bring finger foods for everyone to enjoy in order for us to make it a cutlery-free event. So, bring your favorite appetizer, fruit or veggie tray, or sweet treats to share. Spartanburg Pride Coalition. We are so excited that UUCS will be hosting Sparkle City Pride on November 7th here in this church. The Pride Coalition is putting together teams of people to make this happen. If you are interested in volunteering, please fill out the form found in each week's happenings or reach out to Anne. We are also looking for ushers. Every Sunday morning, our team of ushers hands out our orders of service, opens the doors for late arrivals, and collects the offering. We could really use a few more people to serve as ushers on Sunday mornings. If you could commit to even one Sunday a month or being a part-time usher or a fill-in, please contact Rick Hannenberg and he will get you plugged in. Thank you for all that you do to make this a place of love, warmth, and welcome for all.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Jennifer Keefe, and it is my honor to be your worship associate today and to introduce our guest speaker. I say guest, hardly a stranger to this place. But as a refresher, Davelyn Athena is a painter, peep the art on your order of service, a counselor, an author, an activist, and a poet, and the executive director of the organization Speaking Down Barriers, which works towards equity for all, beginning with BIPOC young ladies and femmes. She contains multitudes, and we are delighted to welcome those gifts today. For our lighting of the chalice, we have a responsive reading. The text is in your order of service, and I invite you to join me on the italicized words. We gather today hoping for justice. We side with love to build the beloved community. To the disruptors among us who speak uncomfortable truths and shake the foundations of apathy. We side with love to build the beloved community. To the visionaries and storytellers who see the world as it could be and give voice to our shared dreams. We side with love to build the beloved community. To the weavers who connect our struggles and the caregivers who tend to the wounds of the world. We side with love to build the beloved community. To the builders and guides who lay the stones for a future where every person's worth is recognized, we side with love to build the beloved community. May we honor the distinct gifts present here and remain rooted in our collective purpose. Justice is our prayer. Action is our response. Amen.
I invite you all to join me in our next hymn, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. This is a classic hymn I'm sure that many of you know. There is not a version of it in the hymnals in front of you, but I'm sure many of you know it already. As we might have slightly different versions in our heads, we may be singing slightly different notes. We are not going to worry about that as long as we are singing together.
Beloved community means none of us go alone. The energy we put out into the world collides and mingles with that of those around us, like ripples in water. We honor this connection by combining our lot into the rippling bowl, sharing the journey of life in days fortunate and unfortunate. I invite you to come forward and place a stone or a shell into the water. I will do so on behalf of the rest, including our virtual friends, because this is your community also. Please come.
From behind, yes, I'm gone to Carolina.
not a like-minded group. We are a like-hearted group. So we don't have a creed or belief that everyone has to agree to. We have a covenant, a promise of how we will be to each other and the world. And so the words are in your order of service. For our virtual friends, it should be below me on screen. And I invite you to join me in speaking it aloud. With courage, we say, we are a people of faith and hope. Together, we covenant to strive to become our better selves, to honor both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to respond to systems of violence and oppression with the power of a love beyond belief. We set aside time for greeting, to reconnect or say hello there, affirming our human connections and showing how much we care. From handshakes to hugs tight like a bear. If that sounds overwhelming, we got you, don't despair. We know one person's delight is another's nightmare, so of each other's comfort level, please be aware. A distant smile or nod is more than fair. It's also valid to sit through the whole affair. Virtual of friends, reach out to a loved one somewhere. We hope our embrace reaches you through the software. And though we're known for shenanigans extraordinaire, when a melody begins, it's time to move your derriere. I know cutting the love fest off can feel unfair, yet there are still more activities to share. So please, once piano music fills the air, it is time to kindly return to your chair. This place is what it is because of all of your gifts, the time, talent, and treasure that goes into creating this community. And while money is not the work of this place, the work of this place requires money. So we do have time to receive an offering, and we share those gifts with an organization every month. This time our Share the Plate is for UUCS Voting Justice. We will never tell anyone how to vote, we will tell you how to cast your vote. And so, although there is absolutely no pressure to give, and many people who do give don't do so during this activity, I hope you will bless the plate as it passes.
How about let's take some time for silence? Thank you. I remember times when silence was really, really difficult. And people would ask, what are you feeling in your body? And I'd be like, what? What do you mean, what am I feeling in my body? We were just quiet for a few seconds. And so thankful for Scott being one of those people that kind of sat with me in those moments. And now I can feel things in my body. So if you're new and wondering what it is with silence, why are we silent? Why do we do meditation? Part of it is so that we can get into our bodies. I consider myself a Yuan, and I think we can really get into our minds and use them as we should, thinking about logic and what makes sense and what we believe. And then sometimes the body and the feelings are negated. Today I'm going to ask you to drop down into your body. And that just simply means that when you find yourself really, really thinking, that you'll take a second to feel your heart and to feel your body and to wonder with curiosity what's going on. So we've been talking about home, and I know for a lot of people, home can be filled with complex emotions, complex thoughts. Some of us have trauma with home, and so this may not feel so comfortable to talk about all these times. So I just want to acknowledge that before we get started, that home isn't necessarily filled with wonder for some folks. And today I'm going to ask you to suspend that, if that's you, and think about the possibility that comes with home. The possibility that maybe it could be a place that's filled with understanding and love and presence. And it can be a place that we use for organizing, to community organize for change, if we wanted to. So when I was thinking about home and organizing, I looked at the definition, of course. And the Cambridge definition says that home is a physical space where a person or family lives, such as a house or an apartment, and it can also be where someone is from. And so it's beyond a simple building. It can also be a place of safety, comfort, and belonging, where your heart and your family are centered. So some people would just say it's the physical location, but I would like to posit today that it's more than just a physical location. So I'm sure we could probably think of 10 or 20 songs like we just sang about home. We feel very partial to the Carolinas, some of us, because that's where we live, that's our place. And I also want to acknowledge that I'm a part of a group of people who were stolen and taken from the place they would call home. That when I think of home, it's very complex, because my home and my land, where my ancestors are buried, is not here, and it also is here. It's both. And I think about the enslaved folks who first experienced this land and how disconcerting it must have been to arrive at this place and people to force you to make it your home. But then over time you make that place home. So it's written about in all kinds of ways, and I think we all long for a lasting place where we belong, where we're seen, known, and valued, and able to use our gifts. The problem is that it's not permanent, right? Change is always happening. I mean, how many of us have moved homes many, many times in our lifetimes? Yes. And that can be difficult to uproot and change and then make this new place your home. But change is a part of our lives, and I think owning that, it will help us as we move around life, that we're going to be constantly asked to change. Many different religions also talk about home. I grew up in evangelical land, I like to call it. And one of the major teachings was that this world is not our home, right? And that we're longing for a place called heaven. And I think that particular teaching helped the enslaved folks who made this place home, because here on earth was filled with so much pain that to think about, I'm not always going to have to experience this, that one day there's going to be a place I'm going to go and it's going to make me feel, free, and I'm going to be free of suffering. And so that gave them a hope to cling to in their current home where they're experiencing so much pain. But that doesn't change the fact that we ache or long for home. So those black churches, I remember singing, and like as a little child, singing about heaven. I didn't know what heaven was when I was little, but I remember looking around and seeing people's faces like enraptured, because they were like so much holding on to that particular promise. But what if we got to experience those things they were longing for on this earth? Like, what if, like the covenant, we are people who actually work for justice and liberation on this earth, and we do it with vigor and with rigor, and we're connected to that mission, and that's what we're going to do. And so I'm going to ask you to think about family and home in your particular social location. And your social location just means where you're from, where you work, the people you're surrounded with. So my social location would be Black, queer, Southern. That's my social location, disabled. And so from that particular place, when I think of family, there are certain words that come up for me. So think of that for yourself. When I think about that, it also means I'm about my community, because as the Black people that I'm surrounded by, we're always inviting people into our space. It's like, if I love you, you're coming into my space. I'm gonna invite you to my home. I want you to get to know my family and friends. But I have noticed that is not necessarily true for my white brothers and sisters. That there's a little thing that looks a little bit like a fortress family. And of course, this isn't everyone. But it's where, when I say fortress, I just mean that you and your partner and children are like, that's what matters, right? And you might see your extended relatives sometimes, but y'all weren't having family reunions with t-shirts like we were. I sure every year is like all the family, we're all getting together, we're gonna go to some park and we're gonna talk about family and talk about how connected we are. And I didn't see that happening with my brothers and sisters. So I wonder sometimes if the fortress family doesn't keep us from doing the organizing we could be doing. Because if my home is my family immediate and I'm concerned only about that, that's where all my capacity goes, right? My capacity goes to making sure my children are all right for generations, and making sure my family is good, and that we, get to go on family vacations. And I might invite some coworkers over for Christmas when we have our holiday party, or for Hanukkah, or for Kwanzaa, or for any other holidays. They might come over, but that's it. Whereas I'm trying to get weekly family dinners at my house. Like, when can I do that? I want a big table where everybody can come. And so if you challenge your thinking or wonder with curiosity, what would that even be like? What would it be like if at your table there were people who didn't like you, who were not a part of your social location? And I know we consider safety, and I don't know about those people, and ooh, that's kind of scary. I don't know if I want them in my house. What if people steal from me? There's all these kind of fears, right? And I think some of the fears are legitimate, and some of them are a part of living in a country that is filled with fear. Fear about everything. I fear my neighbor. I fear that person walking down the street. I fear folks who are houseless. Or what if you fear folks with mental illness? I fear Black folks. I fear, it's so much fear. And what would it look like to suspend some of that fear and have people over? Have people over into your house to use it as a community organizing space, where you have people over for a couple of months. You get to know them. You get to know what their social location is. And then together you start to decide, you know what I want to do? I want to go make packets for folks who are houseless. Would you like to do that for me? Next thing you know, you have a line of people at your house filling Ziploc bags, and then you're taking them out to people and say, would you like this? And what else do you need, and how can I help you? But now you've got more people with you, so it's not just you going out by yourself, and there's less reason to feel afraid if you have these people with you who you know. And that's just like one example. There's a gabillion, right? But what if community organizing was a place of the table, where you have food together, and you're like, oh, wow, you don't have any food? Let me give you some. Let me share a meal with you. Let me share time with you. Let me hear your story. Would you share your story with me? I see some of your faces, and I can see the fear, right? I can see the fear and the, like, whew. But maybe let's not start with inviting everybody over. Perhaps it could be one person. A person maybe that you've seen at church. You know, you've seen them here 5 or 6 times. And you're like, oh, okay, I've seen them here, right? Or I saw them out doing some other things that the UU does. Maybe you saw them at the Pride March. You're like, oh, I saw them there too. And now they're looking a little safer. And so you can invite that one person over. And maybe you just do it once a month and not every week. There's just lots of small ways before you have to jump all the way to you have 15 people at your house who you don't know. You know, there's ways, there's small ways that we can start to do things. I have a quote here by Bell Hooks, Bell Hooks is my spiritual mother. She doesn't know it, but she is. I love her. All her works are amazing. If you've never read anything by her, she has a book called All About Love, which is wonderful. But this is what she says. It is no accident that the home place, as fragile and as transitional as it may be, a makeshift shed, a small bit of earth where one rests, is always subject to violence and destruction. For when a people no longer have the space to construct home place, we cannot build a meaningful community of resistance. Once our home is taken from us, or once our home is no longer a place where we can organize, where's the community resistance coming from? Most of us, our jobs are wrapped up in capitalism. That's definitely not organizing. Capitalism wants to stay where it is. So if we're not organizing at the home place, and we're not able to organize in some of our churches or our belief systems, then the only place left is the home. And when home is destroyed, there's no place. Or if we're forced to live in fortresses, there's no place. So over the years, we've become more isolated, and the fortress family exists. So people are building larger homes and keeping themselves separated from one another. Larger homes with more space, with less people. People aren't sharing meals. There's inherent mistrust. So we're utilizing ways of protection, but that's just making us more and more separated. The Surgeon General, I believe is in 2023, started talking about the epidemic of loneliness, and apparently it's like smoking 15 cigarettes a day. The loneliness has real impacts on us, on our health, physical health, mental health, spiritual health. And maybe some of you are facing loneliness today. That today you might come and see some people and smile, but you go home and feel super lonely and separated from the rest of humanity. And so I encourage you to take the step, the fearful step of meeting people beside you, of talking to people, of telling people that you're lonely. Now that is vulnerable. I remember struggling with loneliness and calling a friend and saying, I'm feeling really lonely. And they were like, well, that can't be, let's change that. And so it was really vulnerable, but a friend responded with kind words. And I bet the people you know would respond with kind words as well. So how do we create the home while at the same time extending home to others? because you don't want to neglect your family either. That's why I say bringing people into your family is the way to go. My grandmother was a person who was always extending family. I remember Sunday dinners with randos eating lunch with us. I remember people coming and always becoming part of her family. And so I have become the same way. If you're my friend, you're my family, period. And that's why everybody doesn't become a friend, because you can't have 50 people in your house, but you can do a good job with 2 or 3 people at a time. I think so. It all depends on our capacity. So what vision do you have for home? Maybe this is the first time you thought about it. What vision do you have for home? If you could create it today and it filled your dreams, what would home look like? Well, that's the exercise. That's the exercise for today. You have a little postcard. And you have pencils. If you need a marker, I have some markers here. And you're going to have to be vulnerable and get up and come get them if you want them. But the first thing I want you to do is to draw a house. And I'm going to show you how to draw a house if you don't know. It's easy, but you never know, right, what people have learned. So first, a square or a rectangle. Then a triangle, where the base of the triangle connects to the top of the square or triangle. Alrighty, what does that look like? A house, whoop! Doing art today. Then you want to put whatever you want as far as doors and windows go, right? You just continue to draw squares and triangles and rectangles. The door for me is going to be a rectangle. But then I'm going to make a square for the windows. And then I'm just going to draw straight lines in the windows. Straight up and down and across, up and down and across, and then a little doorknob. Boop. Now we have a house. And to make this house a home, we're going to have to include something, right? So this is where I want you to fill in your vision for home. You can just write the words along there, or you can put symbols. So like I'm going to write a heart for love in my windows. Little heart. Boop, boop. So now that's signifying love being in there. And I'd like peace to be a part of that home as well. So maybe I'll put a peace sign on the roof. Y'all remember what a peace sign looks like? It's a circle and then it has upside down Y inside the circle. Now you can also just put words. I want it to be a place of community organizing, so I'm going to write that. Community organizing. And just keep writing words or drawing pictures of symbols around what you would like for that to be. Now this last part, I'm going to take a chance on us, and we're going to have like 5 minutes, and you got to go back to your seat, okay? 5 minutes and back in your seat. Right? We're going to try it. And what I would like for you to do is give your vision of home to someone else as a blessing, and they'll give theirs to you. So that we have now created a community with our houses, right? Because a whole bunch of houses together creates a community. So we live right now in the UU neighborhood. And all of us live there, right? And what I want you to do is imagine that this is actually real. that as you give your vision as hope for someone else, it is an actual blessing. It is an actual exchange of kind of like love energy. And the other person also gives theirs to you. And when you take this little vision home, please put it on your fridge, or put it at your altar, or use it in your prayer time, or meditate on it. And think about this other person that gave this to you, and think about them the whole week of what their life could be like if they weren't lonely and if their vision of home was actually fulfilled. So ready? Go. Huh? No. What's your name? Oh, okay. I did. Oh, thank you so much. I got you. I have decided to walk in freedom. I have decided to walk in freedom. I have decided to walk in freedom. No turning back, no turning back. Though none go with me, still I will follow. Though none go with me, still I will follow. Though none go with me, still I will follow. No turning back, no turning back. Thank you all so much for participating with me, and I hope you are inspired to organize. I do want to say something about Lacey, though. She's probably going to not be happy with me after this, but it's okay. Lacey over there, wave your hand so people know who you are. Hey. So Lacey and I got to be friends off of online first. We went to the same organizing. It was like a webinar or a class where people are talking about dismantling the prison industrial complex. If you want to talk about that someday, please find me. And then we started to be friends in real life, and then we started to organize together, and have still been thinking about what it means to make community, like really deep community with one another, community of care. And we have both been caring for each other. So maybe she needs something one day and I send her something. And maybe I need something and she sends me something. And it doesn't have to be a lot of money, you know, it could be just a card. And then Lacey was like, I didn't have anywhere to live. And she was like, do you want to come live with me? Like, I'll clean out this room and you could just come live here. And I was like, what? Oh, wow. Thanks. I mean, I didn't end up having to live with her, but the fact that she offered meant so much. Now, this is the story of how things go over time. It wasn't like one day she was like, you want to come live with me? And I didn't know her. That would have been weird. I'd have been like, But over time, it's the friendship. We've had conflict too, so you don't think it's been perfect. There have been times of conflict, because conflict is a part of relationships. If you don't have no conflict, come see me in therapy, because you need to have conflict. Seriously. If you're not fighting, something's going wrong. Somebody's keeping things in. That's for free. Anyway, I look forward to getting to know more of you as this place becomes more and more like home to me. So.
Before we run into our final hymn, I wanted to point something out to y'all if you didn't notice. As you're going through your bulletin, you might have noticed that we have two gentlemen from our congregation listed as musicians today, Mr. Ron Fowler and Mr. Max Parks, and both of these gentlemen called out sick, and local angel TJ Turner agreed to substitute for both of them. Twice, actually. He agreed to sub for one and then the other, so couldn't be me. We are going into hymn 311 in our gray hymnal, Let It Be a Dance. It be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let a dancing song be heard. Play the music, say the words, and fill the sky with sailing birds. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Learn to follow, learn to lead. Feel the rhythm, feel the need. To reap the harvest, plant the seed. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Everybody turn and spin. Let your body learn to bend. And like a willow in the wind, let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. The child is born, the old must die. A time for joy, a time to cry. Take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance.
Rachel beat me to it, but we are indeed grateful. For the extinguishing of our chalice today, we have 2 readings. First, from Bell Hooks in her landmark essay, Home Place, A Site of Resistance, which explores how Black women historically transformed the domestic home into a community stronghold against white supremacy. This task of making Home Place was not simply a matter of Black women providing service. It was about the construction of a safe place where Black people could affirm one another, and by doing so, heal many of the wounds inflicted by racist domination. And secondly, from Octavia E. Butler in Parable of the Sower, the world is full of painful stories. Sometimes it seems as though there aren't any other kind. And yet, I found myself thinking how beautiful that glint of water was through the trees.
Well, Rachel and Jennifer beat me to it. We talk a lot about the importance of teams here. One example is Scott and I are tag teaming Sundays and other things this summer while we're both away. But the reason I am standing here, as you might guess, is to thank TJ. I want you to join me in giving him a standing ovation. As they pointed out, you see other names in the order of service. Yesterday around lunchtime, I texted TJ when I heard from Max and said, "What's the chance you could play hymns for us tomorrow?" He said, "Okay." So I sent him the order of service, and he was ready to do that. Well, then at 6:15 this morning, I texted him, I'm sorry, and said, so Ron isn't gonna be here. What is the chance you might could do these songs that Davelyn had requested? And he went and found sheet music this morning. And look what we received. So thank you for being part of our music team. This is why teamwork is so important. Thanks, TJ.
Well, this is the time where we get ready to leave. And sometimes when we walk through the door, everything we heard just kind of drops out like, oh, what did I hear today? If you can just remember one thing, it would be, how can I extend home to a friend?